Hi everyone, for today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Cruel Prince series. I feel like this is a series that so many people talk about, and to be honest I wasn't that excited for it because I've had a lot of negative things about it. I've heard people saying it's just not as good as what people say it is, but I really don't understand why people say that, because now that I've read it they are actually really good, and I definitely say I know I said I love Six of Crows, and I definitely say they were on the same level of how much I enjoyed them and how good they were. They were really good. I do understand why so many people like them. So yeah, I just wanted to review them today. As I did in my last video with my We Hunt Flame review, this first section is just going to be no spoilers or anything. So if you haven't read the book yet and you just want to know if it's any good or not, then this bit won't contain any spoilers. But I will have timestamps in the description of the video that say when the spoiler part of the review will come in, and then when the outro comes in, so you can just skip past all the spoilers so that you won't get anything spoiled for you. So this is a 3-part series. It's The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing. There's also the book How the King of Elfhame Came to Hate Stories, or something like that. That's kind of like a spin-off of the series. I haven't read that book yet, although I have thought about buying it because I did love these books so much. I'd say out of all three, I say The Queen of Nothing is my favourite, but The Wicked King comes in a very close second. The Cruel Prince is also really good, but I feel the other two were just a lot better. But I do really love this series, and I do like all three of them. So yeah, if you are thinking of getting these books, and you've heard obviously I know there's a lot of negativity around this series going on, but I just don't really understand it because I do think this series was really good. But if you had just read The Cruel Prince and you think it's not that great, then I just say at least try reading The Wicked King, because The Wicked King is just so much better than The Cruel Prince. So if you just read the one book, I wouldn't do that. I just recommend reading them all, because the series, it does get better as it goes on. So the main reason I wanted to read this series was because of Jude and Cardan's relationship. I think that's the reason that most people wanted to read it, because obviously it's got little enemies to lovers and everything, and it's got a lot of the elements of the story that I really like. So if you are thinking of getting it for that reason, for their relationship, then I definitely would, because their relationship throughout is just so good. And so I think if you want it for that reason, I'd definitely recommend getting it. I know a lot of people have complaints because apparently it's got too much politics in it for them, but I don't really think it had that much of it. Not in a way that it bothered me personally. But if that is something that would bother you, then I don't think there isn't really that much political stuff in terms of our world of politics, obviously, because it's not set in, well, not mainly set in this world. It's got all different kind of politics and things. I don't really think it's that much of a political book. So if you are worried about that, then I wouldn't say that it's that political or anything. I've also seen that people say it involves the real world too much, and it does a little bit, but not really. Most of it is set in the fairy world, and I just think being set in those two different worlds didn't really bother me that much. I've read a lot of books, the A Kiss, A Dark and Lily series as well. That's set in two different universes, and so I really enjoyed that book. So that kind of thing didn't really bother me. And those are the two main complaints that I've heard about it, and I just don't really think that they didn't really bother me. So if you are worried about those things, then I just won't worry about it, because the overall series is really good. I do understand I really get why people like it, because it is really good. In terms of my favourite characters, I'd probably just say they were just Jude and Cardan. I think I like them both for very different reasons. But I feel a lot of the time people just like side characters and things, the main characters are kind of overlooked. But I feel none of the side characters are really that good compared to Jude and Cardan. I think they were the best characters in the books, and I think just their relationship together throughout the books was really good. And so I really enjoyed both their characters. I think I like Jude because she's a very strong woman, and I really like just her personality and everything, and bold, and she's quite intelligent as well. for like a human trying to survive in the fairy world. I think she's like a very intelligent person when it comes to all that, and so I really liked her character. I thought she was really good. But in terms of Cardan, I guess I like him for different reasons. I like him because he was quite like sarcastic and funny throughout the series. I thought his character was really good in that sense. The fact that he was kind of just like lazy and didn't really care about anything all the time. I thought he was just he was a really like funny character throughout the series. But yeah, I think those two definitely were my favourites. And in terms of like the other characters, I feel like a lot of the side characters, I just didn't really like any of them really. Taryn was kind of annoying. I didn't like Locke throughout the series. Dane was quite annoying. Maddox was okay at the beginning, but I feel like he got a lot worse. So yeah, a lot of the side characters worked great for me, but I feel like Jude and Cardan made up for that because they were really good characters, and I feel like without them, the book wouldn't be the same, but I feel like without their characters being so good, the series just wouldn't have been like as good at all. But yeah, I really enjoyed both their characters, and I think they were the two best characters in it, so I'm glad they were the two main characters. And in terms of like the actual plot lines of the books, I feel like The Wicked King probably had the best plot line in it. They were just so many like plot twists and things that were all like really unexpected and everything. And I just thought throughout that book, the storyline in The Wicked King is definitely the best one. I think all the things that happened in it was just things that happened were just really good. I enjoyed like all the things that happened throughout it. I loved like, I feel like I always like sequels and things more than the first books. Like with Six of Crows, I preferred Crooked Kingdom. And I feel like with these, I preferred The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing over The Cruel Prince. I feel like generally because like obviously all the plot and everything's been developed, all the characters have been developed, and kind of like once you understand everything about the books, I feel like then series starts to get a lot better, and this happened again with this series. I feel like with a lot of fantasy books, it kind of starts off at the beginning where you kind of don't really have any idea what's going on, and then like it gets a lot better as like the story goes on. And I feel like that's definitely the kind of thing for this book. Like the first book, it just needed time for things to like develop and set in place. But once like the story got going in The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing, it just got so much better. But yeah, this was a really good series and I did really enjoy it. So I definitely like recommend it if you are thinking of reading it. So this is going to be the spoiler section of the video. So if you don't want to watch any spoilers, then the timestamps in the description and you can just skip past it all. So the first thing I want to talk about in the spoiler section of the video was about all the twists, all the different plot twists in the books, especially in The Wicked King, just because there were so many in that book, and I feel like out of all three books, it does have the best plot, but The Queen of Nothing is my favourite just because of the ending. I think it ends so well, and a lot of like enemies to lovers books don't typically end well, and so I'm really glad that this one did, because for a while I thought that Cardan was going to die towards the end, but I'm really glad that he didn't. I'm glad that it all worked out for him in the end because that was really nice. In terms of like all the twists and stuff, like the ending of this book was it was definitely very unexpected. Like I feel like the ending of The Cruel Prince, I could kind of see where I was going, mostly because I already knew like what this book was called, so I assumed that Cardan was going to be the king at some point. The fact that Jude and Cardan got married in this book wasn't a huge spoiler to me as well, just because of the title of The Queen of Nothing. I assume that has something to do with Jude. I'm not entirely sure what it meant by nothing, but I assumed that because Cardan was king, obviously at some point Jude's going to be the queen. But yeah, I'd say definitely the biggest plot twist was the ending. But then I thought it was so funny in The Queen of Nothing when Cardan was like, I know I excelled you, but because I said that it was by the crown, you could just come back whenever you want. I thought that was a really funny part of The Queen of Nothing. I think this trilogy was one of the things where I've actually like laughed out loud about it, like while I was reading it. Like I genuinely enjoyed like all the humour and stuff in it. I just thought that overall it was like, this is a really good series, and I do get why people like it so much. But yeah, I did really enjoy it. In terms of Jude and Cardan's relationship together, they had good parts of their relationship throughout all the books. Like when they first kissed, when they got married in secret. I'd love the fact that they were always like, oh, I hate you so much that I can't stop thinking about you. Like, I hate that it's all I ever think about. I just thought that was All that stuff they said about each other was just so cute. One thing I wish we'd seen in this book, it was like a thing that I did with my best friend, and we like read the books at the same time. One of the things that I said, because the whole thing about Cardan not being a killer and the fact that he can't kill anyone, I wish we'd seen Cardan have to kill someone, but it was for Jude, because I feel like that would have been a really like good part of the book. But that is I feel like the only thing I would have wanted from the book. Other than that, the series was really good, and I did actually go and look today to think about going to get in the book about Cardan, like when he was a kid, but yeah, I don't know if I am going to or not. I've still got a lot of things that I need to read at the moment, but yeah, I did really enjoy this series. I do think it is really good, and Jude and Cardan's relationship is just like so good. I think they are one of my like all-time favourite book couples. I just love them together so much, and I love their relationship like throughout the whole series and everything. And like honestly, at the beginning, I didn't really understand how they were going to end up together, because Cardan, it kind of seemed like Jude and Cardan just like kind of bullied Jude. Like they didn't really seem to have any kind of, they didn't really seem to be in any kind of situation where anything could get better. But I did love how their relationship progressed throughout the series, and I just loved the two of them together. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. Comment below your thoughts on The Cruel Prince. You know, have you read it yet? Are you going to read it? What do you think of it and everything? And comment below if there are any other books that you want me to review, because I did finish reading Serpent and Dove the other day. I'm about halfway through Blood and Honey. I did pre-order God and Monsters, which is the third one, but I pre-ordered it too late and it's now like out of stock, so I don't know when I'm going to be getting it. But yeah, I did buy Court of Thorn and Roses the other day, and so I'm going to read that once I finish Blood and Honey, and I'm going to do a review on that as well. I'm quite excited to read that series because I feel like so many people have talked about it, and it's just kind of the thing where I feel like they're like such a big book on like Bookstagram and Book Talk and everything, so I am really excited to read it. But yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.